Good day, folks. Welcome to the MB Wildman channel. On today's video, just a real quick tip when you're out there on the trap line. This will work for coyotes, this will work for fox, this will work for bobcat. It's really good for bobcat. And I've taken a lot of fisher in using this type of artificial lure, artificial bait. There's a lot of places, a lot of states, a lot of provinces where you're not allowed to use certain types of bait, certain types of traps, all kinds. There's rules and regs, and you guys know out there on the trap line, there's rules and regulations for everything. Some of them make sense, some of them don't. But one of the things that I found to be super effective, and I know a lot of you cat trappers out there are already doing this, is you're using a visual attractant, something that will draw the attention of an animal as they kind of pass by. So I'm going to show you something really neat. I discovered this at the Dollar Tree or Dollar Store or Dollarama or Dollar General or Dollar something. I don't know. Definitely a dollar in the title. And I'm going to show you what I use. It's super quick. It's super easy. It's super cheap. And it's really quite effective in that visual attractant. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for something that's going to bring an animal who's just on the pass by, right? And they're going to see something that makes them want to check out the area. And then they're going to come over and hopefully they'll work my set. There'll be some lure there possibly, or some scent as well. But I'm on the edge of a huge big field. So right over there is, I don't know, I'd say it's close to 100 acres. It's got to be at least a 100-acre potato field here in good old Carleton County. Just been plowed up. And then you've got the field road that goes all the way down the edge of it here to access the lower end. And it tops the hill, you know, right there, and then travels on out the main road, out to the main road. So I've got an area where there's a bunch of travel. Now, the field is plowed, and late in the fall, especially during trapping season here in New Brunswick, late in the fall, a lot of these agriculture fields, whether there's corn in them, whether there's soybean in them, whether there's potato, whatever they were, they're going to get plowed under, and they're going to get, you know, that first step to be ready for the spring planting is to plow under in the wintertime. It makes the fields muddy. Now, let me see if I can show you this. I probably can. One sec. So it makes the fields just wicked muddy, just, you know, junk. So they plowed that all under. It's a huge, big field. So you actually don't get a whole lot of travel across those muddy fields from the smaller type animals, right? What you'll find is that they're going to stick to the edge. They're going to stick to that nice field edge. There's a road here, easy access, easy travel for them. So I'm going to show you something that you can pick up real quick at the dollar store in your area, and you can use it as a visual attractant that will pull animals into your set from walking, so they don't just walk by if the scent doesn't catch them or the wind isn't right or any of those things. Listen, if you haven't yet subscribed to the MB Wildman channel, we sure would appreciate it. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and if you like the content that we put up, go ahead and hit that bell. You'll get notified when we upload new stuff. All right, so as you can see, I just turned the camera around. I got the field, you know, over in that area right there. It's all up on my right-hand side. The tundra's right behind me, or right there, actually. And then, so up this way, you can see that we've got the field edge, right? So this is where it goes into the woods, of course. There's a little hardwood stretch here, and then there's an old cut in the back, and it's not really relevant. What we have here is we've got this beautiful stretch of access, of lane for animals to travel. Lots of old growth maple all the way down the side. It's not super dense, so I'm not going to get a whole lot of bear activity here, I wouldn't think. And you've got tons and tons of like dried maple leaves and whatnot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right there, right there, if you can see it. And right over there, there's a little branch sticking out, and I'm going to put my set in. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this lure. Okay, so some of you aren't going to believe just exactly how easy this is, and how you might think I'm ridiculous and you might think it's silly, but I'm going to tell you what, you try it out and it'll work for you. What I've got here in my hand is a little secret that well, it might not be a secret, but it was to me for a while. Anyway, this is a craft decorative bird from the dollar store. They come in a set of 2, and this cost me exactly $1.25 Canadian. So that's about like 10 cents in American money, but right there. Okay, so what these are, sun's bad, sorry about that, but anyway, so what these are is they're little decorative, they're little foam, and they got like little feathery, they look like a little bird. These ones are pink, they come in pink and blue, and they're actually attached on the bottom. Well, there's a piece of tape. Let me get the piece of tape off. Okay, so I took the piece of tape off the back, and what these are, there's 2 in a set, like I said, and they have a little metal clip on the bottom, a little alligator clip on the bottom like that. And then they literally just shove up into the styrofoam of the bird body like that. And that allows them to clip. All right, super easy, piece of cake, super simple. But you know what? This little bird, a fellow like this, is what foxes are looking for. It's what coyotes are looking for. It's what bobcats are looking for. It's what fish are looking for. They're cruising up and down this, and they're looking for something to eat. I mean, they're looking for a food source, and little birds are a food source. How often has your house cat at home brought you back a little sparrow or a little something and laid it on the step as like a, hey, look what I found, right? Look what I got. So they do it all the time. This visual attractant won't attract a person. Most people won't even see it. So it's not like you got a big feather or a piece of tinfoil hanging in a tree like a lot of people do for bobcat. You've got a small little attractant just like this that isn't really obvious to the human eye, but yet for something walking up and down this road right here, going up and down the edge, even if they're 15, 20 feet out there, walking up and down, they're looking, right? They're scanning. And when they scan and they see this little bird on a branch, they're going to be like on high alert. Now, luckily for them, the bird isn't going to go anywhere. It's not going to move, right? So all I do, step back in here, just right on the edge of my field. Again, you know, I don't need to tell you guys and girls, you want to make sure you've got the farmer's permission and the landowner's permission and all that stuff. You need to be doing the right thing when you trap, for sure. But I do have permission to be here on this piece of property. So anyway, you take your little bird and you just find something, some easy way to clip it. So there we go. You got the nice little bird right here. Pretty obvious. You can see it's wide open, right? He's clipped on this little branch. He's good and secure. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to create my set right here. So from the bird, I'm going to come out here. I'm going to come out here at least a foot, 12 inches or so from straight down from the bird. I'm going to come out here. I'm going to move some stuff around. And I set that down in there, right? Cover it up with some whatever. Use dried leaves, use whatever. Bed your trap however you normally bed your stuff, right? So there you go. You've got an almost invisible setup right there. Okay, so you get your trap right here. Put it on your drag or, you know, wire it off, do whatever you want to do. And there's your visual attractant right there. And then in the back, if you want to put some lure, in the back behind the bird, if you want to put some lure like on that little tree right there, or you want to even put it up here or some scent somewhere, you can do that. And then that's it. Piece of cake, super easy. Now you're going to say, well, what if they work it from the side, or what if they don't work it at all? Okay, so there's a lot of what ifs that you can play in the trapping world, but at the end of the day, if you're a fox or you're a something, cat, whatever, walking down that trail in behind me right there, and you glance over and you're looking and you see this bird, and even if you don't smell anything, you're coming to check this out, right? Because this is food for you. So you're turning, you're coming across, the trap is right here. Before you can get close enough to smell it, bite it, or whatever, you got a front foot in that trap, okay? Lots of times you'll even have them get, like they'll approach and they'll be stalking real slow, right? Not to scare the bird, which makes them focused on the bird, as opposed to focused on what might not be exactly right on the ground or whatever, right? So you'll get them looking at something else, and you'll get them really focused on not scaring that bird, so they're going to be a little less cautious with their feet on the ground. I'm telling you. I know it may seem silly. This is from the dollar store. There's 2 in a pack. They cost $1, right? But as far as a visual attractant goes, for those canine type animals, fox especially, bobcats, fisher, those types of animals, this will work. Now, it's pretty much a one-time deal, because you catch something in this set, it's going to destroy this whole area. You can reset. You can remake your sets and all that, but you need a new bird. But again, at $1.25 for 2, it's not a big deal based on your catch. Anyway, listen, just a real quick, super quick tip. Just something really nice, really easy that you can get for a visual attractant. that is also like a food attractant for them as well. Anyway, look, these are super simple, quick, easy to use, a great visual attractant to bring stuff over to begin to work your set. You can use them with lure, you can use them without lure, it doesn't matter. I always like to have some type of scent as well, either in behind or whatever. And again, so all right, listen, just super quick, super easy, just a quick tip for you, and I hope this something helps you out. Until next time, happy hunting from the MD Wildman channel.